Good.
Yes, ma'am.
Today we are going to do a very interesting portion. Where am I? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Good noon, ma'am.
Very good noon. Very good noon. Could you see something at the back?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. There is something written in the center.
Give life to the
Happiness.
This is
Happiness.
activity for you. You will be doing one activity. You will take a plain paper, any paper of your choice. It could be graph paper or something. In the middle, you are going to write happiness there. In the middle, you are going to write happiness. And then you'll take out, you'll write this side, you'll take color pens, your choice. Color is totally your choice. And you will be writing all the sides. Whatever is your, that gives you happiness. It could be anything for you. It could be money, it could be becoming an engineer, it could be becoming, could be helping your parents, anything. Matlab, you are going to branch it out, you are going to map it out. It's totally your call. What makes you happy? Choice of colors is your, everything is yours. Then we'll discuss it on Monday. Fine, hai?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
Okay, ma'am.
this is one activity you are going to do for yourself. You write any plain paper, you can take any set of colors, totally your choice. What is happiness for you? What makes you happy? That you are going to do. Clear hai? Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes, ma'am.
where we were in surface chemistry. Yes. Come on.
Today Simran won't be able to attend.
Why? Her coaching class is there. Hello.
You aren't audible, ma'am.
Am I audible
Ma'am,
now?
you have... Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine, fine. Okay. So I was talking about your surface chemistry, what we were doing in that. We had done huge amount. We had done the various articles. Yes, we are supposed to do. And I left you with the charges, and we'll take charges again in detail with board question. Today, many will not be there, so I'll take it on Monday. In one of the
Simran won't
questions.
be able to attend the class because she's not well. She's having high fever.
Fine, she should take care of herself. You just tell her. Okay. So we were talking about electrophoresis that day. You can look at the diagram in your book of on electrophoresis, page number 144, figure 5.14. Figure 5.14, something like this, YouTube type. So what was electrophoresis? It was nothing but the process in which movement or migration was taking place of colloidal particles because they were charged, right? And since they were charged, what we were doing, we can, if you put them in electric field, what was happening, they were the charged particles move to the oppositely charged electric plates and they will get discharged. Discharge means their charge will be neutralized. If the charge gets neutralized, what will happen? They will be discharged, there will be no charge, they will not disperse, they will settle down and they will undergo coagulation. So that was important. So you need to do that, right? So a one marker definition is required that we have done. Then this method is used for discharging the colloidal particles and precipitating. Precipitating, the other term is coagulating them out. That means turning colloidal solution into precipitates. The particles in the dispersed phase will settle down. Just like your mother removes the liquid material and the cheese is separated. So she is coagulating, she is separating, she is precipitating, right? What is she using? She is using lemon juice. Lemon juice is going to act as electrolyte. Or she is going to put, there it is acidic, pH will go down and it will, the milk will curdle. Or she uses sodium chloride, salt, Na plus Cl minus. So charges will be there. Colloids will have opposite charge. They will be taking one of the ions and get coagulated. So this is the method. So this was using electric field. Then coagulation or precipitation. We are going to do in detail. It is just opposite of peptization. Children confuse between precipitation and peptization. These are just opposite processes. If we were changing precipitate into colloidal solution by using electrolyte, that was peptization. Here we will use small amount of any chemical or electrolyte to make colloidal particles come down, settle down, coagulate, precipitate. That is one of the methods. So what is coagulation or precipitation? Yes, please. It is process. What it is? What it is? Is it somebody that process? Yes. Process of what? Settling down. Settling down of whom? Colloidal particles. To form what? Precipitates. By use of what? Minimum amount of some electrolyte. Some electrolyte is used and that will cause precipitation or coagulation. Okay. It is opposite to peptization, remember this. Now, short note on peptization or precipitation. If we have done peptization the cause, so we will do cause of precipitation also. What causes precipitation to happen? If small amount of NaCl is added to hydrated ferric oxide, what was the charge on hydrated ferric oxide that day we studied? What was the charge? Positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. You are asking me or you are telling me?
Positive, I think.
Positive,
It's
ma'am.
absolutely correct. It was taking up Fe3 plus ion, so it was getting positively charged. Positively charged. So what about NaCl? What are the ions present in NaCl?
Na plus and Cl minus.
Okay. Since it is positively charged, what will it do? It will take negatively charged ions. They will neutralize the charge. So NaCl ka role is it is going to neutralize the charge on the your colloidal particles. What will happen if they are neutralized? They will no more spread. If they do not more spread, they will simply settle down. So they will make it coagulate or precipitate. So coagulation, one way of getting coagulation taking place or precipitation taking place. What is the reason? Because they get discharged. Colloidal particles get discharged by absorbing oppositely charged ions on them. From where? From the electrolyte. So, fine. Is this clear? Is this perfectly clear? So, what happens if the particles lose their charge? They become heavy and they settle down. Have you ever seen your mother using in rainy season fichkari, potash alum?
Yes, ma'am.
She rotates 2 times in the dirty water, turbid water in the washroom. She takes out, and what happens? Within 2 minutes, the entire turbidity fine particles hanging in the water, they settle down, and then she decants it. That you can use for bathing, because the water supplied in rainy season is very, very turbid. Too much of suspended particles, fine particles are hanging in the water, right? That she is using for that purpose. So she is using chemistry. What is she doing? She is loading. You must have heard the word loading.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is she doing? Fine particles, she is making them come together. They become heavy, so they settle. Next is Hardy's-Clues rule. Hardy's-Clues rule. What is Hardy's-Clues rule? He gave two postulates. He said the effective ion which causes coagulation of colloidal salt should be oppositely charged. If I talk about this NaCl, I'll take it here. Your hydrated ferric oxide was positively charged. You said it is positively charged. Suppose I put small amount of NaCl in it. NaCl is formed of Na plus Cl minus. What will happen? This oppositely charged ion will neutralize the positive charge and it will precipitate. So he said effective ion out of sodium ion and chloride ion, Cl minus ion will be more effective. It will be effective in causing coagulation. Should be oppositely charged. Is this point clear? If this is clear, I will take it. Okay. Then
Yes, ma'am.
I had put NaCl, Cl minus was there. I could have put some sodium sulfate, I could have put sodium phosphate. Out of them, who would be more effective? All three are negative. Who will be more effective in causing coagulation out of the three?
Phosphate ion.
Phosphate ion, because it is having more of negative charge. Higher is the charge, and that also opposite, right? So who will be more effective? We are going to talk about who will be more effective. So here we go. The effective coagulation power of an ion depends on the valency. That time the word valency was only there when he gave the, okay? Charge was not there. The valency, more is the valency, stronger is the coagulation power. So if positively charged, some negatively charged colloidal solution is there, and I'm using electrolyte which is giving me positive ions, Na plus, Ca2 plus, and Al3 plus. Out of these, who will be causing coagulation faster? Who is having more charge on it?
Aluminium.
Al3+.
So how does the question come in your exam? They give you all these ions and they ask you to arrange in increasing or decreasing order of their coagulation power. So that's why it is placed this way. These are often asked in the exam for 1 mark. And here, so negatively charged ones. So who is more effective? This is the arrangement. Fine. So this was Hardy's proof. These were all the properties of colloids which we have done. After that, we are going to do uses. Before we do uses, there is a small portion, a special kind of colloid which we are highly using in our daily life, emulsions. How we are going to take what are emulsions, what are their types, and then we'll also talk about what is emulsification, what are stabilizer emulsifying agents, and de-emulsification. We are going to talk about all these. First of all, I'll take emulsions. You can see colored photo in your book. Open the article. This is the last article in your book. Just take it up. Fatafat. Figure 5.14. If you could see figure 5.14. Above that, the topic is emulsions. Have you got it? Two colorful
Yes,
photos are
ma'am.
there. Right. So first they will talk about what are emulsions. Emulsions, if you see our first classification, this was liquid in liquid. Liquid in liquid. Liquid is disperse phase and liquid is dispersion medium also. Liquid in liquid colloids are known as emulsions. Then we have types. It could be oil in water or water in oil. Oil in water means who is in lesser amount. Oil is in lesser amount, and though it is also liquid, and water is in huge amount. Or water in oil, that means small amount of water is there, huge amount is here. So two types are there, and we have beautiful examples of these two. Oil in waters, lipids and fats in liquid state in milk. More amount of water is there. So milk is my best example. Then parallel to it, butter. Butter has got small amount of water, huge amount of fatty or oily substance. And then vanishing cream versus cold cream. Cold cream has got more of the oily portion, like your Pond's cold cream. Cold creams come in winter, especially you require more of liquid or lubricant and less of water. Water makes it spread on your skin, otherwise it will not move at all. It will not go deep inside. So vanishing creams. Vanishing creams had been in fashion long back ago. As soon as you apply, they vanish. That's why they are called vanishing cream. That means water content is more. So those who are having oily skin, they need to apply these type of creams. Or I told you, small amount of glycerin and huge amount of your rose water. That will be more suitable for you. So you got to do types. Now, how do I know it is given emulsion is oil in water or water in oil? So for that colored photo, if you look at figure 5.14, see, oil in water. If it is oil in water, oil is more say cream, so you cannot make it out that it is oil in water, water in oil. It only gets disturbed due to sun or heat or your light or some very hot place you will, so two layers separate out. But there is an easy way, dye test. If I put color dye which is soluble in oil, okay, which is not soluble in water, which is soluble in oil, depends which dye I am taking. It may be soluble in water, it may be soluble in oil. So I am taking the one which is soluble in oil. So what will happen if it is oil in water? Dye gives color, okay. So what you will find small amount of colored droplets. That means oil in huge amount of your blue color water. Uni transparent. Blue is shown in the figure. Ki bhai it is blue. So will you be able to find? Hello? Will you be able to make out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now
Please
suppose
tell once again.
okay.
Excuse
Suppose
me, ma'am.
okay. So suppose I have taken a dye and which is soluble in oil. That means it will impart, say, orange color dye I'm using. So it will give orange color to the oily layer, but not to the water. Right? If it is oil in water, so you will find small orange droplets or round portions in huge amount of water, huge amount of transparent liquid. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
But if it is water in oil, then you'll find transparent drops of water in huge amount of orange color oil layer. Got it? This way we can differentiate. You can do vice versa also. You can take a dye which is soluble in water. So accordingly colors can be told. Fine. So this is known as dye test for checking whether it is oil in water or water in oil. You have to learn two good examples of oil in water and water in oil. Okay? They are asked as such in the paper. Now emulsification. I was talking about ice cream. Say vanilla ice cream, right? Vanilla ice cream which you make at home or which is coming from the market. So we compare both of them. If I talk about vanilla ice cream which is coming from market, it is very smooth and fluffy. You don't find water and cream layers separate. It's mixed so well, it's so fused well. But if I try to make at home, say from my ordinary milk which I'm having, say I just stir it for a long time, it becomes thicker, and then sugar and all ingredients I put, 2 drops of vanilla essence also I put, and then try to freeze it. What do you think will happen? There will be a cream layer on top and watery icy layer at the bottom. They'll separate out, right? I'm putting liquid in liquid, both were liquid, milk and your milk is having huge amount of water. So liquid oil in huge amount, fats and lipids in huge amount of water goes there. Right? What is the trick to do it? What am I going to do? Once it is frozen, I'll take it in the mixie and just grind it, mix it, and then freeze it. Then again and again, if I do this process 4-5 times, though it will be 2 or 3 days it will take for my tasty ice cream to be made, which will be equivalent. It may not be that soft, but you will get it. What am I doing? I'm trying my best to mix both the layers well. What do the market people do? Can they have patience for 3 days to make such ice cream? No.
No,
They
ma'am.
use emulsifiers, right? So first I'll talk about what is emulsification. Emulsification is a process. It is a process of what? It is a process of forming emulsion. This is emulsification. If I put, say, I'm making cream at home, right? I put your this vitamin E, that is the oil, and I put it in, say, a small amount of aloe vera gel. What will happen? They'll separate out till I don't mix it well. I'll take another oil in which my vitamin E will mix more better way, and that will be my coconut oil. All three I mix, I get a very nice cream, and that lasts for 6 to 7 months, and it's very healthy cream. That is what I use. So you can make at home very easily. Now, if you do not have something which is going to make both the layers mix together, they'll separate out. Your two liquids will separate out. So all the cream factories, they will not work. Nobody will take Pond's cream, nobody will take Napier cream. And if you have seen, there is expiry date on it. After that particular duration, generally you find the liquid layer separating out and creamy layer separating out. You have to take care that it should not put it in a hot area where heat is there. You can't put it in kitchen. You have to put it in cold and dark area, shady area. Sunlight should also not fall on it, otherwise it will. So they use an agent which keeps both the liquids mixed together. Such agents are called stabilizer or emulsifying agents. These are all one mark terms. What are stabilizer or emulsifying agents? So Substances that make emulsion stable are called stabilizers or emulsifying agents. What some of them? Let's see some of them which you eat in your ice cream, which are there in most of your these items which are coming from the market. Proteins are there. See, gum. Gum is put so that they are together. Soaps and detergents are put. Now you think which of them is cheaper, which will be put as an ingredient. Then long chain alcohols, which are very costly, right? Lamp black. What is lamp black? Any idea?
And the black carbon soot that is got from the
Coming from the
kerosene
lamp.
oil.
You on Diwali night you make kajal. Your mother makes kajal, no? From the diya lamp. She puts something on top of the flame, and then soot particles, unburnt soot particles are there, and then she can mix a little amount of antiseptic which is coming, and then a healthy kajal is ready. So that is lamp black. The black portion coming from the unburnt soot
No,
particles.
lamp black and this black portion has got a difference because lamp black is prepared from kerosene and that is prepared from unsaturated oils.
But nobody is going to burn kerosene because most of the people at home are not having kerosene. So I will give an idea about lamp black from the mustard oil lamp only, no, at home. Of course, in particular, it is your kerosene oil. But at present, how will I give children an idea? This other one they are making, this is coming from lamp. So it is one of the forms of carbon, which is highly used. When we were at in lower class, we were talking about that. What are the various allotropes? So lamp black was also taught to us. Like diamond and graphite, lamp black is also amorphous form. So it is amorphous form, which is not taught to you, but it was taught to us by our teachers. So this, would you imagine lamp black to be put in your items which you are using? Oily substances were also, but these are mixed. You have heard about synthetic milk being made but out of detergents, and in few minutes it is ready. When there was shortage of milk, it was rampant. People were using, otherwise were making sweets out of it, and people were eating without knowing, without knowledge. So there we go. So this was what are your emulsifiers. Then comes a term de-emulsification. De money nahi. It's just opposite of emulsification. That means the two liquids of emulsion I'm going to separate out. It's the process of breaking down the emulsion into its components. That means two component liquids. It is demulsification. How can you do it? Heating is one. By heating, heat your cream, Pond's cream, 2 layers will separate out. Immediately it will expire. It is of no use for you. That's why it is said prevented from hot areas. Do not freeze it. Nobody says you put your cream, Pond's cream and all these in the fridge. It will solidify. Water layer will separate out. Then centrifugation. This is what your mother uses to bring out butter from the buttermilk. The light portion, she is using mixie or she is using a churner, mathani. What she does, she centrifuges. You have seen centrifugation machine in your dryer of your washing machine. Have you seen it?
Yes, ma'am.
In that, water moves out of from the heavy clothes. In centrifugation, in the mixie, what happens? Lighter part, that is your butter, rises up all together, and then she skims it, and your butter is coming out. So all oily portion from the buttermilk is coming out, right? And charge is left out. So that was your chapter here. We have few questions here. And now we have one beautiful portion left, applications. Applications of entire surface chemistry, what we have done. And for that, you will have to come on page number 145, that means last topic, your colloids around us in the book. We'll take it from there. Yes, please. Yes, child.
Ma'am, my grandma used to put ice and salt, both the things. Ice
So,
and free.
see, what is she doing? See, my mother doesn't put salt because then ghee which is found will have salty taste, and it may not be used in the fast. She prepares it for her fast. She doesn't use market wala ghee. So see, yes, my mother also puts ice in summer so that the butter can coalesce together faster. So she is using freezing as well as centrifugation, both the things together to do her job faster. She generally takes chunks with her hand. She does not use mixing. Okay. Is this particular portion very clear? This is your exercise question as
Now,
it
what is
is.
the use of salt?
What?
What is the use of salt?
You ask her, no, why she does it. Is she not using that butter for making ghee? Or the butter is used as such? What is she doing? Just ask her. Ask her modus operandi, then we will
Also
explore.
for different purposes, she uses different mathani and other pots.
Depends on how much amount she is using. No? How much amount is there? Accordingly, she must be using. Okay, we have one very hot application-based question here. When a beam of light is passed through a colloidal solution, what happens? What do you observe? What do you observe?
Scatters particles.
Huh. You got to write technical answers. Actually, what happens? Illumination of the pathway of light happens. That is Tyndall effect. And why does it happen? Why does it happen? That is due to scattering of light. So you got to write each and everything properly. You got it? My point you got, no? How to present it out in exam. That is what I'm saying. Then there is a question, an electrolyte NaCl is added to hydrated ferric oxide sold. Keep in mind, I'm saying this question, NaCl is added to hydrated ferric oxide sold. Or if I say NaCl is added to freshly precipitated precipitates of certain thing. Is there a difference in the two questions?
Yes, ma'am.
So kindly note what are you adding. Number one, you are adding electrolyte in both. Same I am adding in both the questions. But to whom I am adding? Here I am adding to what? Sol. So what will happen here? Sol colloidal solution will change into precipitate. If I am adding to precipitate, precipitate will be changing into colloidal solution. Okay. This keep in mind. Read the question carefully. Where I am adding it. That will make a difference. So hydrated ferric oxide sold particles were positively charged, you say. NaCl is having negatively charged Cl minus, it will neutralize it. And what exactly will be observed by you? Precipitation or coagulation. This will happen. This is the answer. This is the process. This terminology is the answer, but this is the process. Let me take opposite. What will happen? Electric current is passed through colloidal solution. What's the process? What's the terminology?
Electrophoresis.
Will happen. And what is that? Negatively charged colloidal and the oppositely charged particles or charged colloidal particles, they'll move to the oppositely charged electric plates. There they'll get neutralized and precipitate out to core. Okay. Then there is a question. Colloids is not a substance but a state of substance. Comment. This is your question in the exercise. See, if I talk about colloidal particles, what is, say any substance is there with me and I put it in suitable medium, right? It can have different sizes. If it is very big, it will be coming in range of suspension. But if I break the particles, it will come in colloidal range. If I break further, it will come in true solution ka range. So can true solution be, if I join the particles of true solution, they'll come in colloidal range. Or if I break down the particles of suspension, they'll come in colloidal range. Can I change both of them into colloidal solution by changing the size of the particles? Bolo?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's not a substance, rather it is a state of substance. True solution particles on association, they come in colloidal range. Similarly, suspension particles on disintegration, they come in colloidal. Therefore, colloid is not a substance, rather it is a state of substance. I hope this is very clear to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we will talk about your uses. Everybody on your first use. Pick up your highlighter, okay? Pick up your highlighter. Can you see figure 5.15? Above that, huge number of uses are given. First one is Why sky is blue? Anyone? Why sky is blue? Of course, you'll say physics, dispersion, refraction,
Yes.
and all that. Now talk about
Yes.
chemistry. Talk about chemistry. What is there in the sky? Are there dust particles?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
What is coming from sun?
Droplets.
So
Light.
will the sunlight be scattered by dust particles?
Yes.
Scattering of blue color is maximum. The whole sky is found to be blue in color. Yes.
Can't be used.
What? Did not understand. All right, Karan, read for us, child. Karan is without an audio system. What is he trying to do? Mayank, unmute yourself and read for us.
Which
Come on,
one?
fast.
Blue
Why
color.
skies? Huh.
Blue color of the sky. Dust particle along with the water suspended in the air scatter blue light, which reaches our eyes, and the sky look blue to us.
Okay. Is the point clear? Is the simple answer clear?
Ma'am, but that's also physics. That same thing.
Of
Yeah,
course,
dispersion.
of
that-
course. But
yes.
scattering of light by dust particle, this was not told in physics. No. Ultimately, it reaches the same thing. And then we talk about wavelength and all that. There we talk about. Is the simple answer very, very clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mansha, what is our next heading? Come on, fast.
Fog, mist, and rain.
Okay, you'll talk about this, you'll read about this. I will take what is fog, what is mist, what is rain, the difference. I will talk about artificial rain. How artificial rain is done in Hollywood and Bollywood. We'll take that. So if you have seen Hollywood movies, at the end names are given. There is a huge list of the names of the participants who have participated as technical portion. It is more
Yes.
than the actor's name. And they write each and every person's name. And the most of
Yes.
the Hollywood movies are costly due to the technicalities. So they do not make an artificial rain just like putting a shower fawara from the overhead tank and pipe, and just like that the local area where the heroines are there or somebody's there and rainy season. They don't do like that. They make artificial clouds. They then what they do, how does rain happen?
By formation of clouds.
What are clouds, by the way? Clouds are nothing but dust particle, water vapors, all these are hanging together and colloids are there, right? Now these colloids are charged. Clouds are oppositely charged. When they collide with each other, what will happen? Coalesce takes place, neutralization takes place, and all the water droplets, they come together and they become so heavy they have to fall. And this precipitation is known as rain, right? So what they do, they make artificial clouds, then they make it charged, and then they throw opposite charge on it, and the your electrical lightning and all that happens. They go by sorties or helicopters and all that, and they do it. And then you must have seen that movie, Dinosaur Wala, Jurassic Park. What
Yes,
are
Yes,
so
ma'am.
convincing scenes are there where rain is there, rainfall. Convincing scenes are there. You really, so for that they have done lots of research. They have genuinely made those scenes happen. Right? So last four lines. Somebody, there is a chotu paragraph under it. 3 lines. Mancha was reading for us. In colloids and fogs.
It
That
is
last. Huh.
It is possible to cause artificial rain by throwing electrified sand or spraying a soul carrying charge opposite to the one of clouds from an aeroplane.
Huh. So an aeroplane going there, instead of carrying passengers, it is carrying these charged spray material and sand. So naturally, it will cost huge amount of money. So, but the scenes are really convincing. Yes, Garvit, you want to say something? Do you want to say something, Garvit? You are raising your hand. Okay. Then comes food articles.
It was done by mistake.
Okay, no problem. Then comes food articles. We've talked about milk, we have talked about butter. Then your mother makes halwa. Do you know that it is also colloidal solution?
Yes.
So she is using all the technique. Your mother is using all the technique of chemistry in her kitchen. Then your ice
How
creams,
is
we
it
said,
colloidal?
I think you have to find me what is dispersed phase, what is dispersion medium. Then comes fruit juices. All your fruit juices are in colloidal form. Then most of the food items you are eating are in colloidal forms, right? So this was the easy. Too much of questions are not put up, but that artificial rain, fog, mist, and rain was important. Then next comes blood. Blood is important. Put a double tick on it. First question, blue color of sky, that was important. Yes, let's talk about blood. What is the charge on blood, and why do we put Fitki or alum, potash alum, when cut is there to stop bleeding? Why there is potash alum in the shaving kit of your father? What is the role? Is it antiseptic or does it have some other role? So this time, who will be taking it up? All right, let me see who's not got chance.
May I take it up, ma'am?
No, today we'll give to, yeah, Nikita. Nikita, I know you have got chances. Let's talk about, yes, Rahul, we have not heard from you from long. Kindly speak for us.